How y'all doing? I'm sorry. I had to do this. I had no choice. I had to come back to y'all. Hey guys, I'm sorry. I had to come back on here because I got to talk about something that I discovered tonight. I didn't want to include this in what I was saying earlier because I thought I'd be a little bit off topic for that particular teaching about the delusion. But I will say this. I discovered something very interesting when I was studying. Hey, Brandon, how are you? I discovered something very interesting when I was doing the studies for tonight. If you know, I did go do some research on the Church of Satan for some reason. Well, I know now, as of course you guys know in the previous video. But I actually did a post tonight. And on that post, I discussed, let me duplicate this. On that post, I discussed the term MAGA. Now, to us, and what Trump says it means is make America great again. That's what MAGA means. That's what, we got the whole thing up. Hey, Brandon, thank you. Just as for greeting me. Thank you so much. We got the whole thing up that says MAGA. We understand that. But did you know what MAGA means in the satanic community? I never understood this before, and I actually did a whole post. If you go to my page, you'll find the post. It's on my page. Let me see. I hope I didn't zoom. I think I did. Dang it. It's okay. I'll go back and rewrite something. I was in the process of writing. You know how I'll be writing those long things. Let me see if I can find it for you guys so y'all know. Here it is. And it actually has there's 5 degrees within the satanic church. 5. And the 5th one means, let me see if I can find it here. The 5th one means MAGA, M-A-G-A, and it's actually short for Magus, I believe. Or is that male and female? Wait a minute. MAGA, hold on, hold on. That's not what that is. That's not an acronym. I just now figured it out. MAGA is the male form of the highest level within the satanic church. M-A-G-A. Magus is no, that's the female form. Sorry, MAGA is a female form, which is the highest form within the satanic realm, and then Magus is the male. But MAGA is basically, like I said, the 5th degree within the satanic church, which I thought was really interesting. So when we talk about perception all the time, that's why I did this video, because I just had to share this. I thought this was it. Good evening, Kimberly. How are you? I thought this was interesting. But how is it that, okay, now when a Satanist sees MAGA, we're talking about make America great again, he's not saying to make America great again. He's actually saying a word used within the religion. MAGA is actually, like I said, the 5th degree within the satanic church. I thought that was crazy. I had to do this video because this stuff was too deep. Now, I'm not saying that the term itself, when Trump uses it, is a negative sense. I mean, we all know that Trump has issues with Twitter, but it's pretty evident. He does it, but we also understand that he uses that as a means to gain attention, and it works. I'm not saying it's the best thing to do in the world, and I don't think a lot of people agree with it, and I can't say I agree with it all the time either, but I just thought that was interesting to understand that to a Satanist, when they see the term MAGA, they actually perceive it as the highest level within their organization. The 5th degree. Hey, cousin, how are you? I'm back again. I wanted to separate this conversation. Of course, you guys know I do teachings on every Thursday, and this is one that I had posted right before I went on air for the full teaching about the Great Delusion. And of course, I researched, like I said, some things within the satanic church. This is one of the things that I came across. So I just thought that, what do y'all think about that? Give me some feedback. Hey, cuz, give me some feedback. What y'all think about this MAGA thing? Isn't that interesting? To find out, dealing with, like I said, the satanic church and how MAGA means what it means in their community, and how different, hey, Kizzy, and how different these things are. I mean, that's kind of creepy. I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying that Trump is Satanist by all means, but I'm just saying that, half of us voted for him. So I'm not saying that, but I am saying that I think it's kind of weird that, we're basically exalting MAGA, and that's actually the female form of a 5th degree Satanist. And it's funny as well, because understanding now that it's the female form, we have Me Too, as it's like a liberation of the female, which is just creepy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just, I mean, it's a good thing for women. Don't get me wrong, about that time that we get liberated for real. Hey, Kizzy. But I'm just saying, I thought that was interesting. You know, how I'm on there and I find that out, and it just shows the power of perception. So like I said, we're saying it means make America great again. But some people are not looking at it like that. They're looking at it as a whole different meaning of an age. It's definitely crazy. Yes, thank you, Kimberly, for some feedback. It's crazy. Because like I said, when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, that is like creepy crazy. Like that just shows, I always talk about perception. You always hear me talk about perception. And that just shows we're over here saying, you know, wearing the MAGA hats and everything, saying make America great again. And they're probably cheering because we're basically using their terminology, and they're probably saying hell Satan every time they see a cap. I mean, you don't know. I'm just being honest. It's like, it's just crazy to see the similarities with that word. I'm like, this is creepy. I don't know what. Like I said, I don't know. No one knows. I mean, Trump he's definitely different. I'm not going to lie about that. And I'm sure, in all honesty, if any of us had a different candidate, if we're really honest, we'd probably be trying to vote for that one. That's better. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, dang, you know, this is deep when you see that like that. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of share. Thank you. Thank you, Kimberly, for any feedback. Anybody else got anything else to say to me? How deep that is, dealing with that particular topic. Hey, Raquel, how are you? Yeah, Raquel, I'm going to fill you in. You know, I had posted on my page in reference to Trump's MAGA thing. You know, we have the Make America, I didn't even know what it meant. I forgot. It means Make America Great Again. And we don't realize it. Yes, Kimberly, I totally agree. I totally agree. I really do agree, because when I found that out, it got me. I'm not gonna lie, it got me because I understand perception. When I saw MAGA as the highest level within the Satanist community, I was like, dude, this is deep and creepy. Because like I said, we're looking at it meaning make America great again. But a Satanist is literally looking at that same terminology as meaning someone reflective of their place, of their organization, of their beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Raquel, you know, that's creepy. You know, Raquel, I was telling everybody about the post that I did before the video tonight, and how that term actually has satanic roots within the satanic organization. The term MAGA is the fifth degree, the highest level within their organization, within their beliefs. And yet here it is, you know, anyone who's a Trump supporter will put MAGA on their hats and their caps and their shirts. But yet when one who's a Satanist sees that, they're not looking at it saying make America great again. They're looking at it, hey, cuz, how you doing, Jimmy? You know, wow. You know, that's kind of deep when you really break it down. I'm not, like I said, I'm not bashing Trump by all means. That's not what this is about. But I am saying I do think it's a good idea that we keep our eyes open. Thank you so much, Kimberly, for saying that, because I do think it's a good idea that we do that. Because when I did discover that, I'm like, dude, this is creepy when you really break it down. Because when you get down to the essence of the Bible and the book of Revelations, it starts saying some really deep things. And I always questioned for a very, very, very long time in reference to the harlot that's mentioned in the Bible, and in comparison, not comparison, but in connection with the Babylon, the great Babylon. And when you read that, I think it's in Revelations 18, 19, 17, 18, 19, somewhere in there, you'll run across that description. And I've always wondered, what does this mean? Let me see. It gives me goosebumps, but in a good way. Really makes you look at everything in life much deeper and more thoroughly. Yes, ma'am. I agree. I totally agree. I totally agree. And that's technically, when I was doing my research tonight, it made my eyes open. It made my eyes open. And I was almost neglected to post what I posted for you guys tonight. But I was like, Lord, I got to share this because this is deep. I felt like I needed to make people think deep. So I'm actually happy that Kimberly, it opened you up to think kind of deep, because it made me go deep. And I was like, whoa, because you know, one thing about Satan is he comes to fool the most elect, those that are not expecting, you know. So yeah, I mean, there's some points where, he'll come in and make it seem like everything is all glassy glossy, but what's really going on behind the scenes when you really break it down. And I'll say this, I'm not saying dealing with Trump. I think Trump, he's doing the best he can. I understand all that. Like I said, I cannot stand behind everything he says and everything he does, but I also understand the reason why he's doing a lot of things with Twitter and saying a lot of off stuff is because he knows the media feeds off of that, and they're going to keep giving him free publicity as long as he keeps giving them stupid stuff. And that's kind of what I figured out about his behavior. Not saying I applaud it, not saying it's the best thing to do, but he's doing what he does, you know what I'm saying? And we just got to pray for him and hope that, technically as Americans, we're not being set up for the slaughter. I'm just being honest. I'm just being realistic because, again, when you understand when the Bible describes the great Babylon, you go read it. You go read it and then come back and tell me what you think it means. But I think confirmation has been given over and over and over again what it's really saying. So we really need to keep our eyes open to the days we're in and understand that, there's a lot of stuff going on, y'all. A lot of biblical prophecies happening right now. And I didn't feel like, I never really, I'm not one to be a Bible teacher to the point of understanding all the details of Revelation. What does this mean? And what does that mean? I know a lot of it, like I understand it, some of it, but I've never really considered myself like an end times minister or anything. Thank you, Raquel. Thank you so much. Oh, here it is. Let me see. Kimberly. Okay. Yes, as sheep in wolf's clothing, Satan tries to deceive us in many different ways. Not saying Trump is just saying in general, I agree with you. I totally agree with you, my dear. Totally agree with you. I feel the same way. And I just think it's a really good idea to keep your eyes open. And thank you so much, Raquel. You're so supportive all the time. And I appreciate that because it's just creepy. That's all. Like, it's just creepy. Understanding what MAGA means, it's just creepy, y'all. It's creepy. I'm not going to lie. It's just interesting. And then understanding that technically America, let's just say, the rebuilding that we have right now, we may want to hold on to it because the Bible truly does paint a different picture. And in order for us to not become delusional, we do have to be awakened and realize what's really going on around us. And then if you look at the history of all parties, both Democratic and Republican, you see how in a lot of ways the decisions that has been made within both parties by specific candidates over the years has not been beneficial in a whole to America, regardless of how we look at it. Because again, our end game is our end game. We're all headed to the same place. And so I don't want anyone to sit back in denial, not understanding the full picture. You know what I'm saying? I may not be the most detailed of Bible teachers, but I do understand the essence of what's going on. And I also understand when the Bible's talking about the harlot, and it also talks about when the great Babylon is destroyed, it says all of heaven rejoices, which I thought was interesting. And you have to also ask yourself, maybe I do need to do teaching on that because that I do understand. The Holy Spirit has actually revealed that to me a while ago. And I started looking around and God started sending teachers, Bible teachers that actually confirm the same things of what that means. And it's deep. It's really deep. And like I said, we have to ask ourselves, why? Why? Oh, great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kimberly. Thank you so much for that information. Okay, not to be cynical, but this is the reason we have to question certain things and people. I agree. I totally agree. I totally agree. That's exactly where I'm coming from. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now, because I feel like I know how Satan works. And if he can get us all pumped up and all excited, especially being Christians, oh, we're good, we're doing this, everything's gravy, and then all of a sudden, bam, we get smacked out of the side one day. And, Satan likes to come in and just kind of startle people. Hey, Monica, how are you? And I don't want that to happen. I want us to stay awake. So I might have to chime in and do stuff like this more often, specifically dealing with this, because I do know a lot. I don't always say a lot, but I do know a lot more than I let on, because I kind of be quiet. I don't want to I don't know. Just to say I do know a lot. It's like, I guess for me, it's kind of like, I don't want it to be to the point of put it this way. I think it's a way that we can learn about the times we're in without being afraid. I don't ever want to preach it to a point where people are scared out of their minds about what's coming. The whole goal of understanding Christ and knowing Christ is to be able to receive truth, all of the truth, and be relaxed and be at peace with the truth and not be all frazzled. Because I know at one point in my life, I'll be here, so I was like, oh God, I'm out there buying buckets of food and I'm gonna get all scared. I mean, it's like, It's like reality. And I don't want us to be like that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with, preparing a little bit here if you want to get food or whatever, but that's fine. I'm not saying, I know that people do that. That's fine. But my point is, it's better to know and be aware of the times we're living in than to be completely dead to them and completely stupefied to them. I don't think that's a good idea. So we need, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support, you guys. I was kind of hesitant to do this, but it was just kind of on my heart after I did the last video. I said, Lord, do I really need to do this? It was just the topic that I wrote about, dealing with the MAGA, MAGA, was just, it was too much for me today. It was too much for me. It was pretty heavy. And I just feel like y'all need to stay awake. That's all I can say. Please keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open. Like I said, we love Trump and we thank God for Trump. And we also know, I think some of us are like, if there was another candidate who was a little bit calmer, who can do the good things Trump do with a better attitude, I'm quite sure we would all be, I'm just being honest, we would all be a little bit more supportive. But I'm just being honest. But with all that said and done, we have to understand, like I said, let's just keep our eyes open, especially because of the days we're living in. Understanding that all these nations are opening up now, and all this stuff is happening, and everything's supposed to be all flossy, but really, what's really going on? We need to keep our eyes open. Because like I said, and let me see, definitely do this more. I think it's always helpful to open up healthy discussions about what's going on. I would watch more. Oh, thank you so much, Kimberly. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. I might have to do this more because in addition to the Bible teachings I give, we're in the days that stuff is happening, man. There's lava covering Hawaii. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is deep stuff. The very earth, the Bible says, is going to respond to the times. And that's exactly what's happening right now. And we need to be prepared, and we need to know, how to handle this stuff. And really, we really can't do too much when lava starts showing up. I'm just saying. It's like you start running. I mean, really, when you really break it down, when a bomb is coming, you're gonna find out how fast you are. I don't know. I mean, that's just reality because of the times we're living in. But at the end of the day, like I said, keep your eyes open, and I will try to do more like this, maybe little short ones to just 20, 15-minute videos to just kind of chime in on certain topics. But I honestly couldn't pass this one up. That whole MAGA thing, that's too deep, y'all. Y'all know that's too deep to find out that is the highest level for a female position in the satanic church. That is too deep for me, So anyway, keep your eyes open. Like I said, we're going to love Trump, and we're going to hope that, he is going to not turn around and betray us and kill us all. So we're going to hope, I'm just being I'm just being realistic, but we're going to hope that this will not turn out to be a bad situation. But nonetheless, even if it is, like I said, let our hearts be turned towards God, and, let us love Jesus and learn. Hey, Chantel, and just keep it real. I'm not speaking against Trump in any way, but I'm just saying I don't know what's going on. That's just very interesting to find out. And then we also see how the left and the satanic stuff is on the incline, and this is just creepy. That's all I'm saying. It's just deep and it's creepy, and it just, like I said, I think it's a good idea to keep our eyes open. That's all. That's all, guys. Anyway, I love you guys, and I hope you guys are going to have a great evening. And again, I bring up another topic. I'll definitely do one of these because I think these little short videos on little deep stuff like this is probably helpful to all of us. And thank you so much, Kimberly. And I'll let you know if you want. I'll actually put your name on. I'll tag your name into it if you like. All right, guys. I love y'all. All right. Good night. Thanks for watching. Till next time.